answered out of a deep natural humility. It answered out of a deep natural humility. One morning, a couple attended the lecture, a woman carrying a child and a man wearing a backpack. During the question and answer period, the man asked, "What about my mind?" Prabhupada gave him philosophical replies, but the man kept repeating, "What about my mind? What about my mind?" With a pleading, compassionate look, Srila Prabhupada said, "I have no other medicine. Please chant this Hare Krishna. I have no other explanation. I have no other answer." We'll just finish there. So that's Prabhupada's answering some of the questions. Hare Krishna. So we look at the verse for today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 4, chapter 29, verses 42 to 44. So we'll first read one of them. Prajapati Pati Sakshad Bhagavan Girisho Manuhu Dakshadaya Praja Daksha Naistikaha Sanakadaya Prajapati Pati Sakshad Bhagavan Girisho Manuhu Dakshadaya Prajadyaksha Naistika Sanakadaya Prajapati Pati Sakshad Bhagavan Girisho Manuhu.
Okay, turn the camera on. Turn the camera. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hare Krishna devotees, we'll just get the camera working again. You change the image. Okay.
Mm.
I think it's just a, okay, got it.
We change the background.
No, that's okay. Background gets that. Unless you can change that. Unless you can do the background.
Just forgot how it was done. Just
The background.
thanks. None.
Background.
प्रजापति पति साक्षात् भगवान गिरीशो मनु
Okay, so
साक्षादया प्रजा अध्यक्ष नैष्टिका सनकादयः प्रजापति पति साक्षात् भगवान गिरीशो मनु दक्षादया प्रजाध्यक्ष नैष्टिका सनकादयः मरीचिर अत्रि अंगिरासो मरीचिर अत्रि अंगिरासो मरीचिर अत्रि अंगिरासो पुलस्त्य पुलह क्रतुः पुलस्त्य पुलह क्रतुः भृगुर्वसिष्ठ इत्येते भृगुर्वसिष्ठ इत्येते मदन्त ब्रह्मवादिनः मदन्त ब्रह्मवादिनः अद्यापि वाचस्पतयः अद्यापि वाचस्पतयः तपो विद्या समाधिभिः तपो विद्या समाधिभिः पश्यन्तोऽपि न पश्यन्ति पश्यन्तां परमेश्वरम् पश्यन्तां परमेश्वरम् So Prajapati Patihi, Brahma, the father of all progenitors. Sakshat, directly, Bhagavan, the most powerful. Girishaha, Lord Shiva. Manu, Manu. Dakshadaya, headed by King Daksha. Prajadyakshaha, the rulers of humankind. Naistikaha, the strong brahmacharis. Sanakadaya, headed by Sanak. Marichihi, Marichi. Atri Angiraso. Atri and Angira. Pulastya. Pulastya. Pulaha. Pulaha. Kratu. Kratu. Brigu. Brigu. Vasishtaha. Vasisht. Iti. Thus. Ete. All of them. Madantaha. Ending with me. Brahmavadina. Brahmanas. Speakers on Vedic literature. Adyapi. Up to date. Vachaha Patayaha. Masters of speaking. Tapaha. Austerities. Vidya. Knowledge. Samadhibihi. end by meditation. Pashyantaha, observing. Api, although. Na pashyanti, do not observe. Pashyantam, the one who sees. Paramishwaram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. The most powerful Lord Brahma it's 1,000 years ago. Homo sapiens has not appeared relate humans that extend into the past. In the beginning of creation, there was a very intelligent and strong, and the brahmacharis, Sanat and Sanat, as well as Lord Shiva. Thus, because and became authorities in medical knowledge, perfect knowledge for human beings as well as all living entities. All the above mentioned of present, of past, present, and but are also still in spite of their great education, knowledge, despite their teaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they cannot actually understand the effect of the living and of. This means that these personalities are still limited as far as of the unlimited is concerned. The conclusion is that simply by knowledge, one cannot accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not by us, but by pure devotional service, as confirmed 18.55. Atya Mam Vijana Yavanishtastika. Unless one takes transcendental service, he cannot understand the personality of God. Everyone has some imperfect ideas about the God. So-called scientists and philosophical speculators are unable to understand the direction of their knowledge. Knowledge is not perfect unless one comes to the platform of devotional service. This is confirmed by the Vedic version. Mata pite padam sadhane janati tattvam tadvan nachani chinvan. The speculators for many unless one is favored by one cannot understand his supreme glories. All the great sages have their planets in Brahma. The planet well on Brahma resides along with four great sages, Sanatan, Sanandan, and Kumar. These sages reside in stars known as the seven stars, which circle the pole star. The pole star called Dhruva is the pivot of this universe, and all planets move around this pole star. All the stars are planets. As far as we can see, within this one universe, according to Western theory, the stars are different suns. But according to Vedic information, there is only one sun within this universe. All the so-called stars are but different planets. Besides the universe, there are many millions of other universes, each of them similar planets. चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुदेवाय श्रीमते Namaste Saraswati. Vasa. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Hare Ram. Ram Ram. The three vessels here, 42 to 44. Chapter. So we have this is actually Naradji is to King Prachin, but yes, it was that's when he spoke. When Narad spoke a story, and that was a story about Puranjan, spoke allegorical story. And it was very difficult. Not even any find it hard. Puranjan, of course, is the vessel body. Pura means pura body. The story he spoke about very attached. So and then King Prakin he directly life of course is very so many but in any country where people live so many population of, for example, the ratio is 1:6. There are more than 25 million compared to the population. There are more. So many ways. Human life that easily. It's a very body. Human body is a very here. Marriage is first, of course, you was for the Lord, importance of association. Devotees, yeah, it's very important. Unless we associate with the devotees, we cannot understand the true goal of human life. So here, the most powerful Lord Brahma. There is so many of them. So first is Brahma. Brahmaji is the one who creates the whole universe on behalf of the Lord. It's not an ordinary person. Brahma. Brahma and God. And Manu, Daksha, Manu cannot be. That's one of course, whose name is Swayambhu Manu. And then there are other Manus. Manu, Daksha. Daksha was of the sons of Brahma. There are four Kumaras, sons of Brahma, agreed to or decided to mystic brahmachari. That's why it's Naistika Sanakade, Naistika, they decide not to get married, so they brahmachari. So Prajapati, there's so many Prajapatis, but Prajapati, so Prajapati, so he's the father of all the Prajapatis. And then others mention is Girisho. What's the name? Giri. Giri means a mountain. So Girisha. So Lord of the mountain, or say is the Lord of who is Parvati. And there is also other name, Marichi, is also son of Brigu. All these are very, very famous sons. So today was qualified that he was accepted as spiritual master of Lord Krishna, Lord Rama. Right? So he is very qualified. So all these very, very qualified. And he is also mentioning himself, Madhav, there of Madhanta, Brahmavadina, Vadina means Brahma here means very good. So Vadina, very good. Very good people with all knowledge. And also performing tapasya, samadhi, jnana branches, very expert. Not only knowing, good at speaking. Sometimes, there are people who, there are good writers. We know that Vyas wrote the Bhagavatam, but when it came to speaking, then he gave it to his son, Sukadeva Goswami, because his son was a better speaker, very good, very nice. And we see that Vyasdev wrote Mahabharata, but when it came to best Mahabharata, he is a disciple, Vaishyampa, although he wrote it, he came to speak. So Vaishyampa wrote Mahabharata during the Sarva that was performed by Janmejaya. Janmejaya is son of Parikshit Maharaj. So the Sukadeva Goswami spoke for the father, is actually Parikshit, and one disciple and son. The other one was not a son, but a disciple. He spoke for the son of Parikshit. And of course, there were other people. Yagya. And we see also that Ramayana was written by Naraji, gave the Ramayana. And you spoke the entire Ramayana. Brahmaji came and case came out. And then that case came out as a very nice verse. And then Brahmaji worried, why did I? And, but then he was thinking that, how can this come nice from my mouth? So he's thinking back and Brahmaji comes and blesses that will be able to write the whole Ramayana same sense pattern. And then he was able to write the whole Ramayana. And then when it came Then he gave it to who? When he wrote from the while he was sleeping there were two young boys. They were also and then so here he said that and they understand the awareness, then can authoritatively speak on this Vedic literature or something matter of awareness. But then we also, it's not that we don't perform austerities, we perform tapa, we perform, and then we are endowed with vidya, knowledge, education. But pashyanti api na pashyanti. Even after pashyanti means observing or seeing, na pashyanti, but not actually seeing. Seeing but not seeing. Right? And Pashyantam Parameshwara. Parameshwara means, of course, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Still seeing the Lord, but not actually understanding the Lord fully. So this is Naradji saying that it's not easy to know the Lord. And he's mentioning so many qualified people who actually are not able to know the Lord fully. So, of course, there's a Vedeshu Durlabam, Adurlabam, Atma, Bhakta. The Lord is Durlab, to know, or is not easily known through the Vedas, but he can be known by the devotees. That's why Prabhupada actually quotes this purport. He says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyashchastata. So unless one takes to pure transcendental devotional service, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unless one takes to the devotional service to the Lord, devotional service, one cannot actually know the Lord fully. And Prabhupada writes a few other things here. He says that this was Darwinian theory, and it talks about also the modern scientists say about the different stars. So one of the things he says is that according to this Darwinian theory, that there were no humans 40,000 years ago, and the humans had not evolved and had not come into existence at that time. But we know, of course, Brahmaji is there, and other people mentioned here were existing that time. Brahmaji, of course, this Brahma has already finished his half lifespan. Half lifespan is over, which means Brahma is more than 50 years old. And more than 50 years of Brahma, more than 50 years of Brahma is actually like Brahma lives a total of 311 trillion, 40 billion years. And that means more than half lifespan of Brahma is more than 155 trillion years. And here, modern science, Darwinian theory, according to that, then Homo sapiens had not appeared on this planet. So Prabhupada is proving this science Darwinian theory to be, of course, we all know it's not true. Prabhupada again and again says this, and also many sons in universe, they say that there are many suns. The stars are all different suns, but we can see that the stars um, are not actually suns. Lord Krishna says, Aditya Namah Vishnu Jyotisam Raviram Shuma. Of all the luminaries, I am the sun. And he says that of all the stars, all the stars, I am the moon. So Lord Krishna is saying that in the Bhagavad Gita in the 10th chapter. So here in this verse, we can see that even the great personalities might not understand the Lord perfectly. See, even we are talking about Lord Balram, talking about Lord Balram, who is the first expression of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He is the first expansion of the Lord, so Balram. And did Balram know everything about the Lord that the Lord was doing? Everything that the Lord was doing? Yes, devotees, the Zoom devotees, you can say if you want to say anything.
Hare
Can you
Krishna Prabhu, Balramji knows everything about Krishna.
everything? Okay. Anyone? We can see that Lord Balram did not know for one whole year. Lord Balram did not know for one whole year what?
That Lord Krishna has recreated the cows and the cowherd boys, which Brahma has taken away and hide them.
That's Brahmo Bimohan
The
Leela.
in the Brahma Bimohan Leela.
It's very nice. We see that in the Brahma Vimohan Leela, where Brahmaji kills all the cowherd boys and the calves. So that time we can see that Lord expanded himself into those forms. Everything, like all this cowherd boys and also the calves and all the paraphernalia and everything. And all the cows had that same nature. And then also even all the children, all the cowherd boys, exactly the same nature they had. And Lord Balram actually did not know for one whole year that Lord Krishna himself has expanded himself into the cowherd boys and calves. And we know that during the other pastime we can see is which other pastime? Even as Lord Ramachandra, when Lord Ramachandra appears, we know that Lakshman actually did not know everything that was happening. Any pastime that you think of, that you can think of?
Sita Mata's pastime when she was handed over to Agni Dev.
Yes, correct. Yes, that's very true. Yeah, that's correct. Sita ji, when we know that Lord Ramachandra decides to kill the demons, and then he says to Sita ji, now you enter into fire. And Sita ji was given to Agni Dev she was asked to reside in the fire. And then we know that the original Sita goes and the Maya Sita comes out, and that's actually Vedavati, the Maya. And Lakshman was not there at that time. Lakshman did not know that this has happened. And only even Lakshman was very, very bewildered when the time came for him to prepare the fire so that Sita ji could enter into fire and then original Sita could come out. Yes. So there are some pastimes, even his own expansion, Lord's own expansion, everyone doesn't understand everything. So the devotees actually can only come to know as much as, how much can they know about the Lord?
As much as the Lord let them know.
Lord's permissions.
As much as the Lord actually reveals himself to the devotees. They can't know everything. They cannot know everything. They'll only know as much. For example, Brahmaji. Brahmaji, of course, is our, in the parampara. We are coming in which parampara? We are coming in the disciplic succession of
Brahma.
Brahma. But even Brahmaji is bewildered, isn't it true?
Yes.
He gets bewildered. He's our Acharya, he's our Acharya, he's becoming in his parampara. And from then he comes the Naradji, and then feather comes down, and then we have other Acharyas. But even Brahmaji gets bewildered. And we have the Brahma Vimohan Leela. We try to test the Lord. And we could see how the Lord expanded himself into the cowherd boys and the calves, which were all stolen by Brahmaji. And Lord Shiva also gets bewildered. Can you think of any pastime where Lord Shiva gets bewildered and is not able to understand the Lord?
Mohini Murti.
Mohini.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
When Lord actually takes the form of Mohini Murti, at that time also, we can see that Lord Shiva wanted to see that form of Mohini Murti. And Lord said, no, this form is not meant for you. No, I would like to please show me that form. And then when Lord actually showed his form, he actually he even forgot that there was Parvati with him. And he just forgot himself, and then he just got so bewildered. So that's another one of the pastimes where Lord Shiva gets bewildered. And also we can see that another pastime where Lord Shiva, we can say he gets, in some sense, he gets bewildered also. And he decides to fight with Lord Krishna as well. Which pastime? Is there any, can you think of any pastime where Lord Shiva actually fights with the Lord? Do you remember the pastime, Banasur pastime, Banasur daughter, Usha? Do you remember anyone? So Aniruddha was kidnapped there, and then Lord Krishna comes, and there's a fight between Banasur and what was Lord Shiva doing there? Can you all hear me? Are you able to hear, devotee?
Yes, Prabhu.
Is it clear enough?
Yes, Prabhu. It's all clear.
It's clear. So, yeah, we can see that Lord actually even fought with Lord Shiva fought with Lord Krishna as well at that time. So there's so many different pastimes here. And so we can only understand as much as the Lord reveals himself. Like, and by, of course, By our own effort, it's not possible to fully understand the Lord. By our own effort or by our own study, by our own tapasya or samadhi and studying all the Vedic literatures, it's not possible. Is it possible by one's own effort? Yes?
No, Prabhuji, never.
No.
Yeah. Is it possible to see the sun by one's own effort? Someone wants to see the sun and tries to see the sun by one's own effort. Can they see the sun?
No, Prabhuji. You get blinded.
Yeah, we can see the torch. You can use the torch or you can use some light. You want to see the sun. No, we can only see the sun when the sun manifests, and then with the use of the sunlight, we can see the sun. Otherwise, we can't, of course, get some understanding of the sun. We can see have some idea of what the sun is. But by our own effort, it's not possible to see the sun. Similarly, by one's own effort, it's not possible to see the Lord. Right? It's not possible to see the Supreme Lord by one's own effort. And so here, the Naraji is actually mentioning about to King Prachin Barhi about their own self. It's not that great people will all these great people will know the Lord as He is fully. No, they can only come to know as much as the Lord reveals Himself to them, as we can see in some of the pastimes of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? We've got another 5 minutes for. So yeah, they're interacting with us. Hare Krishna. Yes, so anyone through Zoom, they can ask, or anyone. हरे कृष्ण कुछ प्रश्न हो तो पूछ सकते हैं अभी तो कुछ नहीं है अच्छा ठीक कभी आप पहले आए हैं पहले आते थे अच्छा अच्छा वेरी नाइस ओके frequently okay so you know that there is a Janmashtami coming okay please do come yes anyone any questions anyone through Zoom yes bolo yeah
How will be our capacity? How will be our like what kind of capacity I have? Like
how will you do what we need to do is we just need to perform devotional service to the Lord and we be fully dependent on right and then we will understand Krishna when He reveals Himself. So the capacity, one's own weakness, how many anarthas we have, how many faults we have, all this. When we associate with devotion, then it becomes very, very clear.
to understand capacity, will it increase over the period of time or will it reach to certain saturation point?
No, there is no saturation point. The more you do, the more you think that the more more spiritual activities you do, the more you come to understand how much you don't know. So it doesn't mean that, when you keep doing it, that you'll come to a point where, okay, this is the maximum. No. Spirituality is something that everything just keeps increasing, even the bliss. The more you do, the more happy you become. Then you think, oh, so much more to do, so much more to do. There's always little. When we do, The more we start doing, then oh, there's so much more to do, so much more to do. I want to do more, so much more to do. And that actually, that kind of that is very important in devotional service. Yeah, that desire to do more for the Lord. And the more purified we are, the more we would want to do for the Lord. The more contaminated we are, the more we want to do for our own selves. The more contaminated we are, the more we put ourselves in the center. The more purified we are, we put more Krishna in the center. That's always there, but that will always there. Obstacles will be there, but they are always there to purify us. If there is no ups and downs, then we'll never get purified. We will get more attracted to this place. If there's nothing, if this place was a very good place, now it's not a very good place. You already know there's already ups and downs, but we still want to stay here forever. And the Creator always says, "Ma Gvete Punarjanma Dukhalem Shashvatam Napnumanti Mahatmana Samsiddhim Paramagvata." This place is Dukhalem Shashvatam. The Dukhalem is a place of miseries, right? And Shashvatam. Shashvatam means temporary. But we have got the PR, so we have got a permanent residence. I've got a permanent residence. I live here forever. I'm so happy. But the thing is, it is temporary place. It's not a permanent place. You cannot stay here forever. There's only TR here, no PR. We only come and we have to stay here for some time. We have to die. There's so many different kinds of distresses here in this place. It's Dukhalaya. Always full of all the suffering. And still we want to stay here forever. If we did not have this kind of arrangement, we would probably want to, if everything was good and there were a lot of happiness here, then you would probably want to stay here forever. So that arrangement is there so that you understand that this is not the place for me. That's why all the different kinds of distress is put in this place. For us to understand. And the more we are rise above these things, the more that means more purified we are getting, right? Because Lord Krishna is saying that you have to rise above this matras parshastra konteya sitoshna prakutatara agama pahino nitya stamstirikshashalbharata. The happiness and distress of this world and cold and hot and honor and dishonor, these are all we have to rise above this. We have to rise above the sukh and dukh of this world. We have to rise above the dualities. Hani, labh, jay, parajay, victory, defeat, sukha, dukha, sukha, dukha, samay, kritva, labha, labha, jaya, tato, yudha, jato, naiva, paham, moksha. All these things are mentioned by the Lord. So we need to rise beyond this. The more we associate with the devotees, the more we chant our rounds seriously, the more we, of course, the quality and the quantity both important. A lot of rounds and also quality of the rounds and then associate with the devotees, hear from the devotees, then the more we understand. Okay. Any question? Any question? Any devotees joining us as well?
Prabhuji, there is a question on the chat, and it is raised by Nolinikanta Prabhu.
Yeah.
And he has asked, how do we understand stars in terms of 14 planetary system in view of understanding from the purport that all these stars represent planets?
Sorry, how do we understand?
How do we understand in terms of 14 planetary system in view of the understanding the purport that all these stars represent planets?
Okay. So the thing is the 14 planetary system. Like we have Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Sadal, Patal, and all those things are below, and then Bhulok, Bhurlok, Sarlok, and also other planets, Janalok, Tapalok, Maharlok. All those things are brought up till Brahmalok. So those are actually the main the planetary systems, like those. And within those, then there are many stars and many small planets actually there. So that's how we can understand it. It's like within those, it's not that they're different. It's not that they're another planet out of these 14 planetary systems, Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, and all those things, Bhulok, Swargalok. So like, for example, Moon, for example, it's part of Swargalok. Isn't it true? Moon is part of
Swargalok.
Swargalok. And Lord Krishna is saying that Nakshatrana Aham Sasi. Of all the stars, I am
I am moon.
Moon. And that moon is part of which planet?
Swargalok.
Yeah, that's a star, but star within the Swargalok. Yeah, makes sense, Prabhuji? Analytic Prabhu? It's a Swargalok, it's a heavenly planet. But it is in the region of the Swargalok. It's part of the Swargalok. Is it clear, Prabhu?
Yes, where he has written yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Prabhu.
But it depends, which planets we are talking about. When we're talking about Dhruvatara, then that's in a different location. But they're all within this. Like when we talk about it, the different locations are there. So different, like if it's Bhulok, Bhuvarlok, Swargalok, within that region, then in that area, in the Swargalok area. But it's not that there's the 15th planetary system. If they're all planets, then there will be another 15 planet number 15. It's not like that. Okay, Prabhu. Okay, thank you. Anything else, devotees? Yes, thank you so much, all the devotees. Shishi Radha Girdhari Bhagwan ki jai, Shishi Gaunitaya Bhagwan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace Madhav Govind Prabhu ki, Sunubeta Bhakta Brinda ki, Gaur Premanand.
Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Ancha Kalpatarupashya Kripa Sindhu Bheva Chapadana.
Namo Namaha.
Koti Vaishnava
Brinda ki.
Jai.